Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the 2015 NHL playoffs. Right now, we're going to take a look at the Chicago-Nashville series, and our guest, very special returning guest, whom I asked to come and cover the NHL playoffs with us because he's got a great record in our videos, and I know he follows NHL and hockey very closely, and some of you, our regular viewers, will know who he is. Justin Batt from Illuminati Sports, who was a guest in our NFL shows this past year and went 26-13 against the spread for free in our videos. So I'm very happy to have him here analyzing the NHL playoffs. Justin Batt from IlluminatiSports.ca. Thanks so much for being back with us.
Thank you for having me back, Peter. It feels great to be back. It's been a long layoff, but I'm ready for the NHL playoffs and get crazy.
Absolutely. All right. So first we're going to start with Chicago and Nashville. Before we do, just fill us in on how things have been going at IlluminatiSports.ca since we last spoke to you.
Well, NHL in particular, we've been doing okay this year, but definitely are not replicating the results that we had with the NFL season. That was an astronomically high handicapping season for us. NHL is running just beneath 54%, so it hasn't been the greatest season. But like I said, this is the second season. This is where you can make a lot of money. We have now weekly passes and day passes at Illuminati Sports. We also have added on Bitcoin. We accept that now. We take PayPal. And you know what? If you don't jump on board with us for the playoffs, you are crazy. So check us out at IlluminatiSports.ca.
All right. I think most of our viewers are not crazy. I think crazy sports betting fans watch other channels. All right, Chicago and Nashville is the first one we're going to discuss here. Nashville has home ice, but they are an underdog right now at Pinnacle. Right now, Chicago is -133, Nashville's +118, and Nashville's an interesting team. They have a great Fenwick rating, the best of all the Western Conference playoff teams. And Pekka Rinne in goal is normally, one of the elite goalies in the NHL. But in the second half of the season, he kind of faltered a little bit, and it's not clear whether he's going to be able to return to his performance level of the first half or whether that sort of questionable play is going to continue. Nashville's a much improved team. They're a much better offensive team this year than they have been in years past, and that's very impressive. But there's a reason Chicago's a favorite here, right? Even though they don't have a home ice advantage, Chicago just super tested, playoff tested, experienced, well-rounded, capable of beating anyone in a 7-game series, and just tough to bet against one of the elite teams in the NHL over the past bunch of years. So Chicago as a small favorite. What's your take on this series, Justin?
Well, these are two teams that seem to be heading in linear direction. The Predators struggled significantly in finding any sort of mojo going into the postseason, but the Hawks weren't that far off themselves. Meanwhile, despite missing one of the biggest guns for offensive firepower, the Hawks were able to weather the storm and finish the season with a postseason showing for the 7th consecutive time. To top that, it's now public that Patrick Kane has been cleared to fully participate in practice. So that could play a key factor in this series if he's ready at any given point. Now, let's take a closer look at these teams going head-to-head in the regular season. Hawks won 3 of 4 games against the Predators, but they needed extra time to win 2 of those. Chicago outscored Nashville 11-9 and had a 142-120 edge in shots on goal. However, sometimes it's not just about how teams fare historically against each other, but also what they've recently done. In the month of April, the Hawks entered the postseason averaging only 2 goals per game, scoring 12 and 6. Well, guess what? The Predators didn't fare much better. They scored 8 and 4. More notably, though, the teams both capped the season off with 4 losses. A primary reason for both teams' struggles, goaltending. Pekka Rinne's goals against average took a beating in the months of March and April, as did Corey Crawford's. So what's the series going to boil down to? To begin, one thing I'm certain about, emphasis on defense. What could be pivotals for Nashville's success? Block shots. They ranked top 10 in regular season, and special teams. Their power play was virtually anemic at the end of the season, but their penalty kill was over 80% efficiency. So what could be pivotal for Chicago's success? 1, it has to be controlling the crease. Crawford, Darling, and Ronto lead the Hawks to an NHL second best save percentage on high percentage shots. 2, face-offs. I personally think that Jonathan Toews is going to eat Ribeiro alive in that department, especially in key situations. And lastly, the Patrick Kane X factor, which could boost the Hawks as he is one of the best to lace them up in the game today. So with all the above said, cue me up, Peter.
All right, let's get to the pick. It sounds like you're leaning towards Chicago, and I think that that's how I would be leaning as well. My main factor would be just question marks with Rene. If Rene is not an elite goalie, I don't think Nashville can hang. So I'd go with Chicago at minus 133, but Justin Batt from IlluminatiSports.ca, 26-13 against the spread in the NFL with us last year. Let's hear your pick.
I firmly believe that one team has the pedigree of proven performers, while the other side is still trying to establish themselves as postseason warriors. The Chicago Blackhawks at minus 133 are our choice because they have been to the big dance multiple times, and the players know what it takes to accomplish the mission of hoisting Lord Stanley.
That's awesome, Justin. Have to say I agree with you. Thanks.